On behalf of a lot of people, we're pretty excited to see what they're going to bring out here.
Yeah, and this is actually the first time I've got to see Optic Gaming play at this event. I've gone straight onto Embos from what you said before. I mean, he's so aggressive with that SMG, and his gun skill is, it's almost second to none.
Yeah, I agree. I mean, he's kind of watching the pro shop, and 9 times out of 10 off the rip, people who spawn at C will kind of push through pro shop. So he did a good job. He's actually going to lose that gunfight. We're going to switch on board over to Scump, and Scump, great shots here, man.
Yep, and here we go, opening up strong now. Scump, he was actually, I believe, the highest or the most. I can't get my words out.
No, dude, I get it. He's impressive kills in every way. It's the red hair.
This is it. Exactly. I'm flabbergasted. I can't even get my words out about how good he is. But he was first place in the regionals in the qualifiers, I believe, in terms of his average kill-death ratio.
Yeah, he was a savage at that event, man. He was just killing everything possible. So they do have a nice 2-cap here, and they're going to play it a little bit slow, but look at Scump just starting pushing up. Has one, and he doesn't even want the other one. And notice how he's staying at the top of the stairs. He's forcing them to spawn bottom pro shop. That's what you want to see from a player like Scump.
Yep, and here we'll go. I mean, we'll stick on board with him. We'll see what he can produce from here. He does sustain a little bit of damage, but takes down Mid-Journey. And he was just trapping them into that spawn so well, but he is eventually going to fall.
Yep, jumping on board. Nade shot, hanging out. He has 2 guys right there. The Oracle mode makes me so antsy. It's so stressful to watch sometimes.
Oh, I know, but it's brilliant in the exact same way. Just going back to an older point, what I was saying is he was the best Slayer, from regionals. So he came first place in terms of average kills per map. 28.18 kills in the objective game modes was his best. He was actually the 5th best kill-death ratio player.
Interesting.
But hey, there we go. The point is, he's an incredible player. He's
that's what the point we're trying to get at.
Yeah, I mean, he's played under the Optic banner for such a long time. There was that brief period where he left them, but he's back now and he's flying that green flag proud.
Yep. Embo's working with nade shot, has a guy coming around the corner, and he is able to clean him up. You saw right there with the Oracle mode, they pushed 2 guys through the courtyard, so they're going to look to go A, but there is a member of Optic there waiting for it, and that's going to be Clayster.
All right, well, let's see what is going on with Clayster now defending that A flag all by himself. Trophy system does go down. That's going to protect him from any frags coming in at him, but his teammates are there with the support, and this is just, a constant 2-cap by Optic Gaming.
And one thing to note here is that this match is being on the B station, so the green wall is directly behind them. They are allowed to get hyped, and Clayster, when he's hyped, is one of the scarier players to play against, and that's not just me saying that. That's everyone agrees. You play Clayster on the side station, you hear everything he says.
Oh yeah, and it's like the snowball effect with Clayster. I mean, if he's doing well, he just starts doing even better.
Yeah. So 52-33 here. They have him trapped in B. There's no need to even push him, and we're going to see a lot of kills rack up here because Clayster's in a perfect position.
Yeah, I love this. Good kill there from Clayster. He's managed to vault onto the flag. He's in a great position to cut anyone off from the kitchen. Here we go. There's one. Oh, doesn't get the second.
Yep, fell just a little bit short. We're going to jump on board with Turbo, though. 6 and 7 here, pushing out a closet. They need to get some sort of a home flag. B is the hardest flag to break out of, obviously, because you're trapped in a bar. That's the last place you want to be trapped in.
Oh, yeah. Well, let's see if Benjanuri can do anything here. He's just in kitchen now, holding that B flag. He's going to need to break out, though. I mean, they're trailing on points, and they only have 1 flag in hand.
He does have 2 guys hopping on B. Spots 1. Will he get the second? Rounds the corner, and he is unable to do so, and that's 4 dead. Optic just thwarting every attempt of NSP, and they're looking good. I mean, they got a 30-point lead here with 90 seconds remaining on the clock. If you're an Optic fan, you're happy with how they're showing up.
Oh, yeah. I mean, every single player has only 5 deaths, yet they have double-figure kills. They are turning up now, and, they've been going into this game confident. You can tell that, and you can just feel that NSP are crumbling against the green wall.
You really just used turning up, didn't you?
Oh, I did.
You used it.
I said it.
You silly girl, you.
I love it.
Makes him pay for even looking at him. Has another guy rounding the corner, and will he be able to do it? And where is he looking? Oh, he almost got it. He was looking up in the air. He was like, oh, look, a bird.
Well, I want to see Artshot. So this is the returning South Korean player, currently going 5-15, but as I say, he's competed internationally before under the previous South Korean team that did bow out in the bottom bracket in Call of Duty Champs 2013.
Artshot gets 1, gets cleaned up from behind, and he only has 1 teammate left alive as his teammate's coming up the respawn. That's going to be Turbo. Now, Turbo's in a little bit of an interesting spot here. They were able to get A, but he has a guy pushing. You'd like to see him play that a little bit slower.
Yeah. I mean, I think with the this first half closing out, I've got to say, I thought Optic Gaming would be doing better, and I know that sounds like a ridiculous thing to say given
that's a bold statement, my man.
I mean, I think severely underestimated the South Koreans. Don't get me wrong, this is a huge scoreline to be leading by for the first half, but
yeah.
I'm just trying to give the South Koreans some credit. I mean, they're putting up some sort of a fight, I guess.
Yeah, no. I think 57-point lead is definitely putting up a fight.
Yeah, well, they're trying their best. But here we go, final kill cam there. Clayster just cleaning things up, taking down Artshot. And a nice 20 kills to only 6 deaths for Clayster, so top slayer for the team.
Yeah, and the one thing you notice right there from Clayster just running around, steady aim.
Yep.
Clayster, when he joined Optic, Optic had to make that decision. Do we want to play AR dominant maps because we have Clay, or do we want to play sub-heavy maps, right? And I think as a unit, they kind of all agreed, like, Scump is, you want to play to the sub play, especially in Call of Duty Ghost, because we're seeing it's predominantly subs these days anyways. But for him just making that switch over, I mean, he's had a couple tournaments. We've seen it in the past in Black Ops 2 a little bit when he was rocking the sniper, but he's making the transition well, man.
Yeah, and this is it. This is what really separates the men from the boys, if you will, in terms of Call of Duty players. Yeah. If you can transition from one title to another, great example being Sharp from Team Caliber, who just remains consistently at that top level, then that really shows your worth, because you'll find some players, they're great on one title and then struggle on the next.
Yeah, and I think that's really just becomes down to, like, if they put in the time off the break.
Sure.
I mean, I think that's really what relies heavily on, because when you think about it, you're sitting there and you're like, do I really need to put that much effort in? It's like the same engine. I think I can just kind of walk into it. But as everyone knows, as soon as you get complacent, especially in Call of Duty, you just see people drop off instantly. And that's what you don't want to see. But as long as you have that grind, that motivation, you're normally good. I mean, the big story here, I've yet to talk about this. Big Curse Las Vegas didn't even make champs. They're defending champs. I mean, not make champs.
I mean, neither of the Curse teams actually qualified, which I think was a shock for a lot of people, but particularly Las Vegas, because that comprised 3 of the 4 previous champions, the only returning one being Karma, who now features under Complexity.
Yeah. I am so interested to see when pool play's done and everything gets randomized, right, to see what the matchup is, because I know Clayster at the U.S. Finals. I think Optic kind of looked at it as, we already placed. We'll give Complexity a little bit of run, but I know personally Clayster wants that vendetta versus Complexity.
Oh yeah,
he wants it more than anything.
Yeah, definitely. And I mean, with that, even more interesting is the fact that previously it was Complexity that lost to Optic at Call of Duty Championship.
Was it really?
It was, and it was. I think it went down to the final search and destroy. I remember it was Scump who just had this crazy 3-piece to actually clean them out, and that's why Optic got 3rd and Complexity got 4th.
You're kidding me.
I'm not kidding.
That is wild.
Yeah, so imagine if those guys face up once again. Not only is there the Clayster situation, but there's that rivalry from the previous Call of Duty Championship.
Yeah, and then you obviously got to talk about Aches and Nade Shot. I mean, that's one of those ones where you have to talk about.
Yep, exactly. So I think everyone would be excited to see that kind of matchup going down. Of course, the only change in the Complexity lineup since last year is Too Quick is now replaced by Karma, and I've got to say, Karma a stronger player than Too Quick.
Yeah, just a smidge.
Yeah.
Just a little bit.
Don't get me wrong, Too Quick is great, but Karma is ridiculously good.
Yep, so already, I mean, Optic doing an excellent job. They've secured their own home flag. They've trapped him in B, as now Scump will be getting A. And a little bit interesting that none of his teammates decided to hop on A, but they were really focusing more on the cutoffs. It's going to be really big for NSP as to how to break out, because some teams push out a closet, other teams push out a front bar. I like pushing out a closet better, but Optic's just waiting for it.
Well, this is it. I mean, you can see Scump here. Oh! Almost gets the 3-piece, but does get shut down now by Benjinuri, who has made the push for the flag. Now, the NSP, they need to be making these pushes. They're going to have to take some risks here because they are trailing by 57 points from the first half.
Yeah, it's quite a bit.
Yeah,
it's a little bit of a margin.
They have pretty much no choice other than to go for the 3 cap. So if they want to do something special, it's got to be now.
Yep. I don't even know how to pronounce his name. I'm not. Oh,
I'm going to say that was accidental.
Yep.
We'll let him off.
Well, we'll let that one slide.
So, Deloshi.
Is it Deloshi?
I'm going to say Deloshi.
They need to come with how to pronounce the names.
There we go.
As I say, pronounce.
There we go. I'm going to stay with Deloshi. I like it. I like the sound of that. Rolls off the tongue quite easily. Here we go. He's he looked like he was going to go for the push on B, but he knew he had to also defend B. Benjinuri gets shut down as well. Turbo currently top of his team for Ghosts, but does get shut down again.
Yep. Switching over here, Embo is going to be taken down. Scump 9-3. He's triple positive. That's what you want out of Scump. You want to just see him keep destroying everyone who kind of looks at him. And if you just look at your mini map, I mean, Optic's really hitting these rotations very well. As soon as they lose C, they're hopping on B, and that's what you want to do. I mean, as soon as you bait them into going for like a home flag, you're like, oh, well, I guess I'll take B and I'll keep this, 2-cap lead. And doing it, oh god, Embo's just got turned on. He got turned on pretty bad.
He really did get turned on. Who got that? Wow, that was brilliant. I love it. I love that kill. That was great. Scum, though, as we were saying, 11-4. I mean, just going back to that previous Call of Duty Championship last year, it was actually a Game 5.
Oh, sweet baby Jesus. Oh, my God. He didn't get... Oh, no. Clayster, you jerk. He had that.
Embos is going to be frustrated at that. But, I mean, Scumpy, we talk about him, the Ginger Ninja, and he did get that 3-piece just to seal things out in the Game 5 against Complexity last year. I would love Complexity to go up against Optic at some point.
I prefer to call him the Red Baron.
The Red what?
The Red Baron.
Red Baron?
The Red Baron.
Oh, Red Baron.
R-O-N, yeah.
Oh, okay.
It's the language barrier we have, man.
We struggle, but we'll get through it. It's okay.
Well, we'll make it through.
But here we go. Still with Scump now, who's trying to secure the C flag.
Bang.
Is gonna make the capture there, and once again 2 flag in Optic control.
Scump pushing in the closet here. This is the faster route to do. If anyone decides to hop on C, they're gonna definitely be able to destroy them. But, I mean, Scump, he has no need to really push in anywhere. He sees that they're losing C, and now he should be able to just get an easy kill by peeking out. And, he caught one. There's still another one down there.
Okay, so his
teammate
his teammate managed to clean things up, switching things back over to NSP now and seeing what is going on for Artshot. He's just lying prone, gonna make the move into B. Mathematically, NSP cannot win this now. Regardless, though, they are just gonna soldier on and try and, they're playing for pride, really.
Yeah, let's check out Scump. I mean, more than double positive, just been crushing everything in sight, and I just really want to see how he's going to finish this game out. I mean, he's got 37 seconds here. He's got one guy make that 2, and will he get the 3-piece? Because right around the corner. Oh, he spotted him.
Oh, he does make it well. Scumpy there, 19-6 now. Brilliant 3-piece. I love it. He does get taken out on the A stairs, but going big for his team to seal the deal and close things off. This is a massive victory for Optic, actually. A big point lead.
I really like you driving. I've been driving all day with the controller. It feels so nice.
You can kind of just relax. Yeah, I know. You can kind of just relax. I mean, one thing I personally love is this Oracle mode. I always try and flick it on, particularly on the Search and Destroys, because, as casters, and I suppose as viewers as well, sometimes there's moments where you can see just behind a wall as a player.
Yep.
Neither of the players know about, where the other one is situated, but we love it. We love to see it.
So what is that, like an 87-point differential? 90-point differential? It's
massive, yeah. It's a huge difference. I mean, following on from the first side, which was 57 points, it's just a clear victory there for Optic. I don't think NSP ever had the opportunity to get back into that game. When we started off, we saw Optic taking the second half from the get-go.
No, Optic Gaming came out super hot, exactly how we wanted them. And, keep in mind, they only have 3 teams in this pool, including themselves. So they need to win this match, and it basically, unless some kind of fluke incident happens with Epsilon and they end up losing and then we have a 3-way tie, unless that happens and then Epsilon whatever, it doesn't matter. I'm not here to talk about hypothetics. Basically, if Optic Gaming wins this match, which it seems to be...
It's looking that way.
Yeah, it's looking kind of that way. Basically a shoe-in into the double elimination bracket.
That's going to be it, and I'm sure a lot of you guys back home who are part of the Green Wall and big Optic fans, not just for the Optic team, but the individual players. I mean, Nadeshot, million subscribers, is it over 1 million now on YouTube?
I don't know. It's
crazy numbers, but, a lot of you guys will be happy to see them advance into double elimination. We are going to go for a quick break now before we begin the Search and Destroy. Do not go anywhere, as we will continue in the best of 5 between Optic Gaming and NSP.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the Call of Duty Championship presented by Xbox. Gandhi, joined by my comrade here.
I am one half of the VP brothers. Unfortunately, my brother didn't make it, Momo, but Rel is my name. If you guys want to follow me, our Twitters are at the bottom, and we are just getting straight into
he did it.
I had to. I had to do it.
Did it.
Do you know what? I haven't done it the whole time, but I felt I should just say it's right here.
Yeah.
Just, you know,
Law
give us
of
a
three,
follow.
man. If you see it and I talk it and then I talk it again, you'll follow.
There we go. Subliminal messaging. Well, I figured while it's Optic, you know, I might as well get it out there.
I've always loved Greenwall.
Oh yeah, man, Greenwall definitely. But anyway, Search and Destroy Warhawk is the next map and game mode, and of course it is NSP, the South Korean team, going up against Optic. 1-0 currently to Optic Gaming.
Yep. And, you know, this is one I want to see. I want to see what Clayster's going to bring out on Warhawk. I mean, we've seen every kind of spectrum from him. We've seen him run subs. We've seen him run ARs. And personally, I want to see him snipe. I miss the Clayster who used to just be so confident as sniper, right? And at the LAN, you know, I think he kind of got away with it from just a little bit and just a couple series just because he wanted to get used to everything else. But, I mean, it's go time here. We're jumping straight into the action and already hanging out. And he does have it. Yeah.
There we go. He puts it on now. And they are on the attack, making a switch.
Oh, no!
Oh, and he just turned away at the wrong moment there. He could have possibly made that kill. And he's got a variable scope. Just popping it out. The grenade is going to provide some cover, though, to allow that push onto A by nade shot.
Yeah, and NSP should know right now that, well, I don't see anyone at B. I'm pretty sure they're going to be going A. Clayster's just, you know, staring down the barrel of a 45, just hanging out.
Well, he's got the cutoff, hasn't he? So there's just no way that NSP can advance without him at least seeing them and making the call to his teammates.
I mean, he's forcing their hands here. He has one guy crossing, misses that shot just by a little bit. Guy's going to challenge it. Clayster, down he goes.
Okay, let's see what's going to happen with Embos because...
Oh, he's rocking a sniper too. Look at Embos.
He's also got the sniper.
Let me find out Money B can snipe.
Oh, and he just put it away at the wrong moment, so it's just Scump and Nade Shot all up against Benjanuri. He's going for the clutch. He needs to get the defuse as well.
Oh,
takes down Nade
Mother
Shot.
Teresa.
1 versus 1. Scump versus Benjanuri. Can he pull this off? Can he pick up 3 of these kills and get the defuse?
Nah.
There's not going to be enough time left on the clock, so Scump plays it smart. He doesn't go for the challenge, but now he is going to be able to.
That's veteran play right there.
Exactly, you know, and he's showing his experience. He just kept his distance. Sure, Scump may have been confident that he could outgun him in a 1 versus 1 situation, but why take that risk?
Yeah, there's no need. I mean, it takes 7.5 seconds to defuse, hang out till 8, and then just kind of poke around and see if he's on that bomb.
Yeah, I mean, let's talk about how Optic Gaming actually qualified for this in the US Regional. So they beat Denial West, but then they fell down against Envious 3-1 following the 3-0 victory. So then it came down to the Optic Gaming versus Curse New York, and that was I wouldn't say the surprise because, you know,
that was a doozy.
Yeah, it was always going to be a close game, but Optic Gaming took it 3-2, and that allowed them to qualify.
Yeah, they absolutely well, which for US Finals, it was like round 11s never go in favor of Optic, and then they started winning the round 11s. But I mean, that game 5 was like a 6-1. Curse New York just couldn't answer it.
Yeah, of course, and Curse New York being Revan, Machill, Blindfire, and Burnsoff just got completely shut down by Optic, and that's a big snipe there as Benjanuri did go for the push on the bomb.
Was that Bose?
Do you know what? I'm gonna check who is using the sniper. It's Scumpy.
Oh my God, they're running 2 snipes, 2 snipper snaps.
Yeah,
it's like the movie Shooter.
Art shot.
Oh,
sneak round the back. I like it. Here we go. Is it gonna get? Oh, he does take a knife to the chest. Now Deloshi all on his own up against Embos and Scum. Does get the plant though.
Oh. Imagine he hits that quick scope though, right?
That would have been brilliant.
That would have been.
I would have loved it.
I would have started quitting. I would have turned off the box and said, "Okay, rest in peace."
Again, though, he just chose the wrong moment to actually switch that gun. Quite unfortunate, and that is just going to take a Semtex to the foot. But that's going to be 2-0 now to Optic Gaming in this search and destroy.
Going into round 3 here, I mean, they're back on offense. They looked very strong in the opening break. I wonder if they're going to continue to go A. I think A is kind of their comfort. I mean, they put Clayster on that fence, and he does so well with those snipes. Normally 9 times out of 10 he does it, and we had a sniper from Nade Shot, barely misses that guy.
Yeah, that's quite unfortunate, really. I mean, one thing I would say, generally on Search and Destroy in this map, you usually see the B bomb push, but, you know, Optic Gaming deciding or favouring the A bomb site so far. 2 do go down, though, leaving Clayster and Embos all alone against Turbo and Benjanuri.
Yeah, the A bomb push has kind of turned into like a North American thing. I mean, all these teams kind of realize, like, do we really want to go through trophies and smokes and stuns on B, or do we want to just force a gunfight in American?
That's
which is the
quite
building.
interesting. Because I mean,
I know you probably don't call it American. You call it probably.
oh no, it's American at our end of the pond as well. Yeah,
We
but
win.
This is the thing. I mean, in the European scene, it's generally the B bomb site that people are most comfortable going to. A bomb site's kind of the random one, the surprise bomb site. So,
oh, interesting.
Yeah, but that is going to be the end of the third round here, and once again that goes to Optic Gaming. So really showing the dominance here on Search and Destroy.
He Batmaned him. You see that? He jumped out of the window.
He
so
just started flying around the map and picking up kills.
Whatever.
I mean, every single player in this game picking up kills so far, apart from Deloshi. So, you know, I want to see what he can do. I want to see if he can turn this around with that sniper.
I want you to give me your odds of him ripping someone's face off right off the break.
I'm gonna say 1 to 3.
1 to 3. Oh, that's a lean. Okay, well
maybe it was accidental. I don't know.
If it wasn't, I mean that's a. I mean, if this was a close series, I mean, obviously he's freaking up, stuns himself. He's like, you know what? I've been such a bad boy. I just want to take myself out.
Yeah, he was. You know, he knew what he did.
God knows what's right. You know, that's what it is. The COD gods know what's right.
So unfortunately, the stun is going to mean it is his end. Benjanori now does have the bomb, and that is who we're spectating. All the remaining players, only 3 kills each. Yeah, this is a random grenade just floating into postage there. So Artshot also goes down. Turbo, what is going on? 1 versus 2. Clayster and Nadeshot. He needs to get both of these kills.
He is going to push into post office, or he's going to wrap around gate. I would like to say push through gate, but he is going to have a guy pushing there, and just wasn't able to finish it. Just like that, Nadeshot closes it out.
Yep, and there we go. So it's going to be 4-0 now, and you know, we are seeing the South Korean team NSP making some moves there. It was, I think it was 2 against 2 at one point. We had 1 person in loading bay, and 1 sweeping around the back in post office. But hey, 4-0 now. The scoreline just truly showing who is the greater team on Search and Destroy.
So who are you starting off with? You staying on board with NSP?
Well, I mean, what I like to do, I always like to see the attacking side, so, you know, it gives us an even distribution of coverage.
There's one.
And there's the sniper. But it also allows us to see the more aggressive gameplay.
They forgot the bomb.
They got a bit too excited, I think.
Clayster was like, hey, guys, you forgot your briefcase.
We should probably pick this up and go for a plan. But 4 versus 2 now, things just looking better and better as this best of 5 series progresses. Remember, there are only 3 teams in this pool, Epsilon, Optic, and NSP.
Clayster now looks like he's going to push through top drug, and doesn't matter, it's 5-0. Are they going to make it the perfect search game? Is it going to be 6-0? I mean, I haven't seen much out of NSP to kind of be like, NSP can take a round. Like, I mean, I just haven't seen it. I've seen miracles before, but
yeah,
I'm not seeing it.
I mean, just simply from looking at the, you know, the kill-death ratio, which I feel is more significant on Search and Destroy sometime, we can see everyone is negative by the same 3 to 5. Deloshi, though, really, really struggling here, and I want to watch him because, you know, for his sake, I'm almost hoping he gets a kill here.
When, you know, if you're Deloshi, if you're a player and, you know, you're 0-5, or if you're really 0-3 and you've been running the sniper every single time, you got to stop and just be like, oh my God!
He's done it! He's done it! Deloshi with a quick scope!
Anyways, minus that, whatever you want to call it, if you're 0-3 and you find yourself down 3 rounds, you got to just put it away and pull out an AR. You can't rely on the snip snap.
Yeah, I mean, he's been determined to get a kill with that, I think.
No, he was.
He's been running it the whole time. He's like, I'm going to snipe an Optic member.
Yeah, exactly. He's like, oh, man, I know I'm going to snipe Nadeshot. I'm totally going to get it.
I love it. I kind of just want a Twitter avatar now that says, I support Deloshi. That's what I want from this.
And Scump's going to get it, and just like that, Optic Gaming making quick work as Nadeshot's like, you know what, Scump, man? I kind of wanted to defuse it.
Oh, Nadeshot. Naughty, naughty. And he does try and take, well, he does take down Scump. But the bomb is defused, which is going to mean a 6-0 victory on the Search and Destroy. A pure show of class from Optic Gaming. And it's just brilliant to actually watch them play like that.
Yeah, they're looking really good versus NSP. I mean, obviously their big matchup is going to be Epsilon, but based on already, I mean, they're shooting good. They're confident. We can't see them. They're like way over yonder, but I got to think they're all smiles over there.
Oh, yeah, and I mean, they've got to be going into this Blitz confident now following a massive victory on the Domination, a 6-0 victory on the Search and Destroy. You can only expect a big victory on Blitz too.
Yeah, it's pretty impressive. I think if you're NSP, you're kind of like, well,
I mean,
we showed up to the station.
I've got to say, with the NSP guys, what I love about it is they're still taking this seriously.
Yeah.
You know, even though the odds are against them there, they know how strong Optic are. They're giving this their all.
Yeah. Well, we are going to go to a quick commercial break. When we come back, Freight Blitz. Stay tuned.
I'm playing SMG.
Yeah, Brian is unkillable.
Yeah, he's on host.
I said,
Hello,
like,
ladies and
we
gentlemen,
touch
and
ball.
welcome back to the Call of Duty World
Yo,
Championship, proudly presented by Xbox. Myself, Rel, and Gandhi here, guiding you through Optic Gaming against NSP.
Yeah, it's annihilation right now. Optic Gaming looks very strong. 6-0. I think they won by like 1,000 on Domination.
Pretty, yeah, around about that, 1,000 and a half.
Give or take like
Yeah.
100. But now we find ourselves on Freight Blitz. Now, Freight Blitz definitely one of the more competitive game modes across the world. People look really good on this. It's one of the more consistent blitzes too. I mean, the spawns are very good, and a lot of pro teams just enjoy playing this.
Well, this is it, and I mean, particularly on this map, Blitz Freight, it's very heavily momentum-based, so if you can get one capture, you can probably get another, and you can just kind of get this train track going into the other capture point.
Yeah, and really what you're looking to see here from both teams, the first thing you want to look at is white control. You always want to push out white no matter what side. And the other thing is spawn control. You want to get a guy into the back of the base. If you're Optic, you need that guy back lumber. And what he does is forces the enemies to spawn back red. So you just get easy caps.
Yeah, exactly, and this is it, because you can control the spawn so well on this map, which just opens things up so much.
Yep.
I mean, we can see Optic making a bold start here in the first minute, 2 captures already, and looking really strong here to take this.
Yeah, NSP kind of has to figure themselves out. Right now, if you're looking at your mini-map, it's kind of, they're just sitting at their base. They need to be a little bit more aggressive. They can't be afraid to battle Optic one-on-one in the middle of the map. They just can't do it.
Well, Scump here is just tearing things up.
Oh, God.
6-0, just picking up kill after kill. He's even got the scavenger perk on there to collect more ammunition. Decides to finally go for that capture. I think he wanted more kills.
Yeah, I mean, what is he on, an 8-point streak right now?
Yep.
7-0. He's doing okay.
We're going to stick with Scump until he finally goes down. I mean, he's on a rampage at the moment. The Ginger Ninja just pushing around the map, and he's flanking all over the place. Finally goes down.
Yeah, and what he was trying to do was trying to get right behind their base. He wanted to just kind of pinch them in their base. Nate Shot's going to be taken down. Scump now coming off the respawn as well as Clayster, and now they're going to look to kind of get control of their base. And I kind of like this slow approach from them. 9 times out of 10, we're going to see everyone try to up the pace, but I like kind of slowing it down, because when you control the pace, you can win.
Well, this is it. They're being very clinical about their approach. They're not being complacent with this. They're staying within the comfort zone, and they're just making sure that they get the win out of this. But they have just lost the capture point there to NSP.
Yep, so 4-1 here. Jumping on board with
Dalashi.
Yep, that's the ticket. And he spots one and isn't able to take him down. And now we're seeing his art chart. He gets the kill, but the guy is able to sneak on through.
Yeah, and with Artshot, I'm going to make this statement. I'm going to say he's probably the best South Korean player, given that he's returned here again from Call of Duty Championships 2013.
Yeah.
So I'm going to say that. I'm going to say he's the best South Korean player that I've seen. But he does get shut down there once again by Nate Shot.
Bold statement, Cotton. Bold
I'm
statement.
all about them bold statements.
Yeah, I can see that. Well, taking a look here, 6-1. Then Optic definitely prefers going on this side, because they can set up that spawn trap so well top white, as you just saw, or top Owens, excuse me, as you just saw. And basically what it does is it forces them to come right through that door, and now Bose is in the money spot, no pun intended. I mean, by staying here, he's going to force him to spawn back red. This is looking great.
Yeah, really well set up here from Optic Gaming, just bringing up the map so you guys can see how they're manipulating these spawns and how they're setting up. Embo's just staying in that position there, and he just pokes around the corner and picks up another kill. Very easy for him.
Yeah, Embo's now just basically hanging out, waiting for his teammates to keep rallying in, and that's what we're going to see. We're going to see a lot of Embos just cross-mapping them with the MTAR, and it's looking good.
Well, I've switched over to Nade Shot with him being...
Oh, wow, he's doing well, too.
He is. He's 12-5 now, and probably one of, if not the most popular Call of Duty player in the competitive scene. Here we go.
Look at that steady aim, man.
He's just flanking around the back. I mean, Optic Gaming are making this look easy now. They had a slow but...
oh, God.
I mean, they just know
How
where
dare
they're
you
gonna
look
appear.
at Nade Shot?
He was like, yep, someone's going to appear here. I'm just going to start shooting.
He's like, excuse me, I'll take autographs.
I love it. I absolutely love it. But yeah, Nade Shot is just running rampage. I mean, these doors are just wide open. NSP haven't even had the chance to close them, and it's just making things very easy for Optic.
This is the spot you want to be in. This is, an ideal situation in a more evenly skilled matchup, Nade Shot wants to stay in that spot and just literally hold down that position and just lock them down.
Oh yeah, exactly, because it just allows his teammates to just
Yep.
keep relaying those captures, and as you say, he can just take out player after player as they come off spawn.
switching on board here with Clayster. 25 seconds left, 13-4. NSP showing a little bit of life here, but, you know, Clayster now is able to get the kill, but he's actually going to end up being taken down by Artshot as well. Jumping on board with Embos, pushing into bottom red. He's got a guy beside him, and he's going to be cleaned up. Final 10 seconds. Will NSP get a last-second cap?
Let's have a look. Is there anyone approaching that capture point? Ooh, we could see something here, but the doors aren't open. What a shame.
That's always depressing.
Oh, well. But 13-4, so, you know, Optic Gaming, a big lead there. But I've got to say on Blitz Freight, if there's any map where you can come back from a huge deficit, it's on Freight.
Oh, for sure. Absolutely. I mean, if NSP plays their cards right and they manipulate the spawns and they get control of back white and they kind of just abuse top white as well, I could see them kind of putting up a little bit of a fight. But, again, I mean, I haven't seen much out of NSP to kind of be like, oh, yeah, they can come back in this. So, betting man, Optic closes this out, no problem at all.
Yeah, I'd probably go with you on that. I think it's a fairly reasonable thing to conclude from this. But, you know, I don't want to rule anyone out just yet. Benjanuri trying to make a push through middle map, but both him and Artshot and Deloshi getting shut down, leaving Turbo all on his own, and he is nowhere near his own defense point.
Sneaky little girl.
Yeah.
Look at this. He's going to open up the front door, and he's going to round all the way around. I kind of like the play, and he has to win this gun battle. He wins this gun battle, he gets a cap.
There we go, and that's actually 3 down now against Optic. Turbo needs to now push in and try and get that capture there. 10 Blitz points behind.
Ooh. Is he going to go for this? And he's going to have a guy pushing in. That's a great job. If you're Optic, you want to get that guy out of top white immediately.
Because as you say, I mean, that white building is such an important building on Blitz Freight.
Yeah.
That's the point that everyone wants to be pushing through, so you need to really get control of that. Here we go. Benjanuri now in a great position to go for a capture. He's just being very cautious. I think he's wanting some support from his teammates.
Yeah, he's just kind of hanging out. He's trying to figure it out, and he's like, well, I guess no one's here.
Yeah, he eventually decides to go for it when no one could be seen, but Turbo is all alone now to defend the home capture point.
Nice.
Big kill. Turbo actually takes down both Nadeshot and Scump, and he's not going to be able to defend it. Embo should be able to get a capture here.
Yep, Embo's waiting, trying to pre-fire the door. He's waiting for his teammates to come in, and he's like, do I want it? Do I not want it? And he's going to choose control, and he's, you know, he could have went for the cap, but I mean, they're up by, you know, 10 caps. They're not in too much of a dire need for it, so I kind of understand.
Yeah, I think they were just trying to get map control more than anything there. Just drive NSP back into the home spawn, and Scum just ripping things apart once again. Double positive, 16-8 and 7 captures. Look at Nadeshot though there, 21-10.
Yeah, normally when you're plus 11 with 7 capture, you're doing pretty good.
Oh, yeah. And, you know, he's really stood out for me. Both on this game and the Search and Destroy played absolutely solidly against the South.
Oh, here's the 2.
There we go. And once again, Nadeshot showing his true class here. And competing at the highest possible level here at the Call of Duty World Championship presented by Xbox.
Positive 13. Waiting to just keep getting yet another kill. And, almost got, I was going to say almost yet another cap. Clayster now hanging out in the back, just trying to spawn kill here. And notice how, you know, the members of Complexity, I saw Clayster. The members of Optic Gaming running 4 subs.
Yep.
4 subs, man. Wow. They learned a lot from SB.
This is it. I mean, they know they can be aggressive here. They've got the confidence and they've got the firepower to do it. Each player is so individually talented in these close quarter situations that they are able to just run 4 subs and they can make it look easy.
Yeah.
I've got to say 4 subs on this map, Blitz Freight, is something that we do see quite a lot.
Oh, yeah. It's very, very standard just because, you know, you want to keep the pressure on them at all times. And the more gunfights you get into, the better it is, especially if you're winning those gunfights.
Absolutely. Well, here we go. Back on board with Artshot. Has managed to get 2 captures here. In terms of kills and deaths, really struggling, 9-25. The best player I'd say so far for NSP has definitely been Turbo across this series.
You think Turbo?
I'd go for Turbo.
So you went, Artshot's the best South Korean. And
yeah.
Turbo.
Well, I like to go back on myself quite.
Oh, no, it's good. I'm just trying to keep up.
No, it's okay. I mean, in terms of achievements, I would say Artshot is one of the best.
Okay. I
in terms of this series against Optic, though, Turbo, I mean, 19-22, he's almost breaking neutral.
Yeah, no, he's not doing bad at all. I mean, Turbo spots 1. Will he be able to get it? And he jumped twice at him. That's something you don't normally see.
But that scoreline just getting greater and greater for Optic Gaming, 23-6. It is mathematically impossible for NSP to actually win this, so it is going to be a 3-0 victory in the best of 5 series. But of course, NSP are going to see this through and play right to the end.
And the Green Wall's got to be a little bit happy. They're saying, well, you know, they came out, they won their map 1, and now it looks like they're going to win. But again, it's not all done for Optic. Optic does not want to come out of pool play being the second seed and having to fight, basically a very strong North American team, possibly, or any team that's strong one seed, possibly, at all round one. You want to avoid that.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, this is the thing with this pool play. So the first seed in each pool will be randomized as 1 to 8 going into the double elimination bracket. So, you could get first seed, you could get 8th. There's no controlling that. And the second seed is 9 to 16th. Sorry, the second qualifier from each pool, it gets 9 to 16.
Yeah, and the randomized seeds are really going to change a lot when it comes out. I mean, we have no idea what it's going to be, and as long as you get a 1 seed, you can pretty much safely say, okay, my team should be able to win round 1.
Yeah. Well, I mean, that should be the way it goes because, of course, a top placing team from one group has to be playing a second placing team from another.
Yeah.
So the argument's there that the top placing team should win.
Should.
But as we know from many, many events, it doesn't always go that way.
No, it doesn't. Well, ladies and gentlemen, Optic Gaming bringing the noise, coming in hot.
Yeah.
Coming in way hot as Embo's just shanks a guy.
Look at that. 34 kills apiece for Kalista and Embo is absolutely slaying to death. And Nate shot 12 captures as well.
Yeah, they had an okay performance.
Yeah, well, they did all right, I guess. But, yeah, they've really shown their class against NSP there. And, NSP are going to be dropping out of this pool. I believe Epsilon have defeated them as well.
Have they already played? I don't think they've played.
I think
I think that's next.
That's the next one. Okay, well, we will see what happens there.
Yeah.
But Optic Gaming have managed to take NSP down, and Optic Gaming looking really, really strong.
Yeah, and in case you guys have just tuned in to watch Optic, we do have a 3-way tie in one of our pools from earlier today.
Oh.
Yeah.
Which one's this?
It's Immunity, TEC, and Envious. And get this. These teams have to play in a search and destroy round robin, and the top 2 will advance out.
Wow.
Yeah, it's talk about wild.
Yep, and
wild.
This is familiar territory for Team Immunity because last time they found themselves in this kind of situation. What's interesting actually is Team Immunity, they didn't really think they'd be able to defeat Envious.
Really?
Yeah, but they thought their focus was on the Tech game. They thought we'll probably lose to Envious, but we need to beat Tech. Lost to Tech, beat Envious.
That's COD.
Yep.
That is Call of Duty
that's
for
Call
you,
of
man.
Duty all over. But it's been a brilliant series here. Optic Gaming showing their dominance. We're just going to round things off here. So thank you for joining the Bravo stream. Of course, we will catch you guys later. And stay tuned for more games.